Hello, YouTube. It's been a while. This is your girl T, and I'm not exactly in T's corner. I'm at work today. And I have a newspaper rant, and for some reason, Facebook has been censoring my newspaper rants when speaking about the COVID-19 crisis and the pandemic. So I figured I'd try here and see how that goes. So I live in Talbot County, Maryland. And in Talbot County, Maryland, we have a real problem with the pandemic as far as public schools are concerned. And even private school, because my son attends private school, and they have had some exposures there as well, and positive cases. However, in the private school setting, there is a very substantial distance learning program set up to combat this. Now, it took them a while because, of course, at the end of 2019 going into 2020, that was a bit of a mess, but in 2020 they figured it out. And so if students are out and need to have distance learning or online learning, that is available. However, the children at the Talbot County Public Schools are saying, especially in the high schools, are saying that they're not getting that option. They're being forced to quarantine if exposed for 7 to 10 days. And they're not getting the work, they're not getting the instructions, so they don't know what to do when they get the work. They either get a list of work with no instruction, or they get no work and then they say, we'll just make it up when you get back, and then they're bombarded when they return to school. They feel that they should be allowed to know who the student was that exposed them so that they could argue their case and say, I don't have contact with that student, or yeah, we're in the same class, but we sit on opposite sides of the room. We don't, get together or interact in any way, so I shouldn't have to be quarantined. And a lot of these students are student athletes who are missing out on practices and missing out on games as well as academics because of it. And the students are naturally frustrated and they feel some type of way. And I can't say that I blame them. And because my son does not attend public school, I don't always know what's going on, except for getting information from my siblings whose kids do attend Talbot County Public Schools. And I was reading in the newspaper today, the Star Democrat, that if students are vaccinated, they don't have to quarantine. That don't make any sense to me. And one of the students said that he has medical reasons which does not allow him to be vaccinated, and he feels like he's being really pressured by school staff to be vaccinated. Even the school nurse is kind of arguing his medical point. Well, get it anyway and you wouldn't have to stay home. I don't understand, if we're quarantining people because of exposure, why vaccination matters, because it's already been proven that you can still get it if you're vaccinated. So why aren't the vaccinated students being forced to quarantine who come into contact with the person who's exposed them, just like the unvaccinated students? That is bothering me. That makes no sense whatsoever. Fully vaccinated people have died from COVID-19. So why are they not being forced to quarantine as well? That's some common sense, ain't really that common type of thing going on right here, because that makes no sense whatsoever. The vaccine does not stop you from catching the virus. It just helps you deal with it a little better, and the symptoms may not take you over as much. And that's not always the case, because as I've said, people who are fully vaccinated have died. So where is the logic here? I'm not seeing any. And just yesterday, had a positive case in my son's class. So the entire 6th grade, which is only one class because he goes to private school, but the entire 6th grade is out, and he probably won't get back to school till next Wednesday, because he has to wait at least 5 days to be tested after the exposure. And with my work and school schedule, that 5th day would be Monday, and not feasible for me, so he's not even going to be tested until Tuesday. So there's that. But like I said, they've already reached out to me. The teachers have already reached out to me. So his work is being made available. So they don't have that same hurdle that Talbot County Public Schools are having as far as the students getting their work and their instruction, which is good, because being forced out of school because of this pandemic, and I mean, it's not, the other kids' fault either. Well, sometimes it is. Sometimes people are just not practicing. safety measures for the pandemic and then come up positive, and then you expose other people or infect other people, and that's just not cool. But this is just bothering me, so I was wondering what you guys thought of it, and how are you dealing with the pandemic, especially parents who have students in school. Is virtual learning still an option for you, or is it not anymore? Because I know in Talbot County Public School, I don't think it's an option anymore. They've said everybody can come back to school, so you either come back to school or you just miss out. And I just wondered how you guys were dealing with it, so hit me up and tease out.